All right, what's up YouTube family? It is Tuesday night. It's pretty late, but I wanted to do this video. It's not going to be a full install video, but I'm just going to show you some tips and tricks from what I learned from installing this bike tail mount kit. I'm going to install it on the Trek Madone. I bought a second kit. So each bike is going to have the handlebar stem mount kit and then the bike tail mount kit, just so I don't have to switch them around over and over again. This thing is $70. It's worth it, I feel. Again, I'm not going to do the full install video. I'll just give you some tips on how not to scratch your saddle and your seat post. Lessons learned. And here's a selfie stick. This is the Action selfie stick. So it's the carbon fiber version, so it's a lot stronger. You're going to need some electrical tape, 3mm Allen keys, some of this 3M double-sided sticky tape, and yeah, $70. I'm not being paid by anyone. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I do like Insta360 products. Admittedly, I did send them an email requesting that they send me some free stuff because I'm using so much of their stuff. But I bought everything on my own. I just bought the X5 also. This is the X3. So I upgraded to the X5. All right, if you've been watching my videos, you know I have the Insta360 bike stem mount kit here. It works really well. And then I just installed the bike tail mount kit so I can get footage from the backside. And it does work with the saddle pouch and the radar. I did a separate snippet of that. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to install it on the Trek Madone. If you're curious, the bike tail mount kit does work with the saddle pouch. That's a full-size one, by the way. And it works with my Garmin radar light as well. It's angled a little bit wickedly, but it still works. But the stick is going to be angled a little bit steeply, because if I wanted it straighter, the stick, I would have to move this part right here, but it won't move because of the pouch. So small trade-off. And there, the Garmin light is mounted onto the selfie stick. So this is the Action selfie stick, so it's stronger. That's what it looks like. I think it'll get some good footage. I would prefer it a little bit straighter, not as steep, but I gotta have that saddle pouch. And here is the Trek Madone. There's the handlebar stem mount. Works like a charm. If you wanted to peep my latest video, you can see some great footage. And I'm going to attach everything right here. And I'm going to take these two pieces of padded 3M sticky tape. I coated it with electrical tape. I'm going to stick one piece here and then one piece in the back. That way the clamps don't have any possibility of scratching everything up over here. I'm also going to put some black electrical tape on these mounts right here, because part of the bracket comes up here. Sorry, I can't focus that. All right, so there's the electrical tape, so I don't scratch the saddle harness or saddle post there. All right, here's everything that comes inside the kit. All the tools that you need in here. This is what goes onto the saddle post, and then this is what goes on underneath the saddle. This is why I put the electrical tape. Pretty straightforward. I won't do the install for you. There's too many videos about that already. But let me show you what it looks like. Okay, the top clamp is mounted. Now I'm going to attach the bottom part. So I'm going to use these right here. All this is 3M double-sided foam sticky tape. But obviously it's double-sided sticky, so I had to cover the sticky side with some electrical tape. And this will go right here. So that way the clamp won't scratch any of this frame right here, any of this post. It shouldn't, because I think there's rubber on the, let me show you the piece. Yeah, this is rubber. So it's not really gonna scratch it, but I wanna make extra sure it doesn't. Okay, there it is. See how the black tape padding is underneath the clamp, so the clamp doesn't scratch any of the seat posts, and it's got extra room up top and bottom by like a millimeter. Yeah, I just want to be extra careful. These things are expensive. And I still have slight access to the bolt here, so I can unscrew the seat, make it higher or lower. Okay, success. It can also work with the seat pouch and the bike radar, just same as the Tarmac. Although on my Madone I had a separate seat pouch made from Bontrager. It looked a little bit better also, but I gotta use the one I use on the Tarmac. Maybe I can figure out a way not to use these seat pouches, so I can get the stick a little bit straighter, so I can get a little bit different footage. I feel that the stick is angled a little too high here, but it works. There's the setup, there's the protective tape, and yeah, peep my short, there's footage of how it looked. And then I'll do a video this weekend on the Tarmac. Alright, and there's how it would look without the seat pouch, the saddle pouch I mean. And I like this angle a little bit better. I can even make it straighter. And then the radar a little close to the tire, and I'd have to turn it into the flasher like this. Is it visible? Yeah, it's still visible. I don't ride in traffic anyway, so I just need a light so people see me. Yeah, but I think it's gonna work out. I think I'm making too big of a deal over the saddle pouch, but I just need extra storage for a bike pump, e-tool kit, things like that. Usually the back of my jerseys is for food, my phones. I don't have much room for anything else, but I'll figure it out. And I'm not always going to be filming, so easy to detach all this stuff. There's how it looks on the Madone, and I'll show you how it looks on the Tarmac. All right, and there is kind of steep height on the Tarmac. I feel I can make it a little bit straighter as well. Just have to lower it down some. Let me show you how that looks. And there's more of a straighter look. I don't need it perfectly horizontal. I think that's gonna get some good angles there. Yeah, it looks good. I don't have to stress so much about really the saddle pouch and the radar. It's not a big deal. And if you just want to ride without filming anything from the back, you can just take everything off with these clamps. It's real simple, and you can have your regular setup like that. Of course, the rear or the base component is going to remain on. That's the hardest part to take off, but there's plenty of space between the radar and the clamp. And there's the pouch. So yeah, everything's back to normal, although your bike does look sort of bionic. And the regular setup also works on the Tarmac radar and the saddle pouch. And here's everything, real easy to remove, worth $70. Annoying with all this configuring, but that's what we got to do is, well, that's what I got to do as an upstart cycling vlogger. It's a lot of fun. All right, I guess we'll call it a night. They're both installed in the Tarmac and the Madone. I will take out the Tarmac to do some actual ride footage. Peep my short from the other night. I did well, it was like early evening. I did a test run on the selfie stick on this thing right here. It looked pretty smooth. I figured out how to do the bike stat overlay on the bike computer onto the video as well. Yeah, but these things, I think they're gonna work great. You can take them off easily, so you can use your saddle pouches, which are very important to me. And you're still able to use the bike radar on the selfie stick itself. This is the Insta360. I'm not being paid, by the way. I buy all my own stuff. I just like the 360 cameras. I did buy the X5, so excited to see that footage. But yeah, it's gonna look great. And thanks for watching.